Okay, so now we are in the visualize stage, and this is kind of where it gets a bit hairy. So pay close attention, and of course, feel free to pause or rewatch sections of this video as many times as you need so that you feel comfortable as you are choosing the images and sort of designing the visuals of your presentation. So first things first, it's important to recognize that if you scroll down, you're going to find that your script is now no longer in paragraph format, but has been sort of sectioned based on the boxes that we copied and pasted from our template here. So now everything that was in that first box, well, of course, here's our title slide. And then the first box is here, the second box is here, your third box, and so on and so forth, okay? So also what you'll notice is that some of the words are green, some of them are bold, some of them are nothing at all, but each word has its own box. Now, as the script is read, either by you or a voice that you choose, as the script is read, you'll notice that when it gets to that word that's green, an image is going to pop up. So it's green because there's an image associated with that word. So when the script is read, the very first word is stress, and the first image that's going to pop up, so essentially this is going to be blank, and the only image that will pop up at this point is this one here. And then again, there won't be another image that pops up until it gets to this one here. Okay, so you are allowed 7 images on each slide, so up to 7 images on each slide, and the program is going to pre-select these images for you. But just because the program has pre-selected these images does not mean that you are stuck with those images. As a matter of fact, if you don't want an image for stress, you can just click it and it will go away. But if you do want an image for stress, but just a different image, then I want you to click on stress, and then you can select one of the other images that pops up, or you can even type in something else. So maybe what comes up for stress is just not doing it for you. Try chaos. Now you have all these other words, Now you have all these other images associated with a word that's not exactly stress, but close enough. So you can replace the image that they selected for you, maybe with this one here, or maybe this one here, right? And you can do that with all the words that you want, keeping in mind, however, that you can only have 7 images per slide. You can only have 7 images per slide. So at this point, what you're going to do is you're going to go through and figure out which words you want images for, and you're going to select those. So I'm going to get rid of all the ones that the computer generated for me, and I'm going to select my own. So again, I can have as many as 7. I'm going to select stress. We'll do home, work, commute, and sick. Okay, so these are the words that I want photos for. And now I'm going to go back, and again, the computer, once you select a word, the computer is going to come up with its own image for you. And what I have found is sometimes these images do not make sense at all for the word. So just get really familiar with this function over here of like searching for your own images for the words. So let's see. And then also know that you can kind of move around the images. So the first word that's going to come up is stress. I'm going to put this here, make this a little bigger. And then it goes on to say that you can experience stress at home, at work, or even on your commute. So we'll do home, work, and commute. Now, I don't take the trolley on my commute. Let me see if I can find a different. I think I like this car better. Work is good. Home, let's see if we can come up with a different home. I think that one's better. Okay. And then too much stress makes you sick. Is there a better sick than this one? How about that guy? Yeah, he works. Now, if you don't want to do illustrations, you can instead use text. So maybe if there's a word that you want to use, you can use the word sick, for example, or maybe we can just put, let's see. I want to go back to the illustration. So go in this guy here. I'm going to select another word. We'll do mentally. And we're going to put a word here. There we go. Let's straighten him out a little bit. Okay. All right, so we have completed an entire slide. We've got these images associated with words throughout this text here. Let's take a look at what it looks like when we put it all together. So you can use this play video function to preview what you have so far. It does take a bit, so be patient, allow it to load, but it will kind of show you what you've got so far so that you know if you need to make some edits.
The Dangers of Stress by Elise.
Okay, this is the slide we were working on.
Stress affects us all. You may notice symptoms of stress at home, at work, or even during your commute. Stress is everywhere. And while a little stress is okay, too much stress can wear you down and make you sick, both mentally and physically.
Cool. So that was the slide, that last slide that we just watched. That was the slide that we were working. I'm pretty happy with it. So at this point, I don't think I need to continue watching because obviously we haven't gone on to do the other slides yet. So I'm happy with this slide. Hopefully now, after watching me go through this process, you have an idea of what the visualizing process or the visualizing phase looks like for MySimpleShow. So for each slide, you're going to go through, you're going to see the words that the computer already selected for you. If you don't like these words, go ahead and deselect them. And then decide on the ones that you want. And then go through, and if you don't like the photos that are associated with the words, you can choose other photos. If you don't want words, instead of photos, you can choose characters. Or you can choose to type in words instead. Right? So make sure that you're getting very, very familiar and kind of exploring these functions here because these really are going to be what makes all the difference for you in terms of your visuals. And you're just going to go through each slide slowly and ensure that the words that are green are the words that you want to be green, and that the images associated with those green words are the images that you want also. And then once you're done with all those slides, you can finalize.